Today's story might hit close to home, especially if you grew up in an America First town. Picture this: once buzzing meat plants going silent, schools struggling, and families left in the lurch, all unfolding right now, in 2025. We're unpacking the biggest shakeup in America's food supply chain in years. What's behind it? Trade tariffs, corporate cost-cutting, and automation strategies. Stay with me. Things are going from bad to wild, and by the end, you'll really see what America First has meant in reality. Magnifying glass still to write the headlines. Tyson's big shakeout. Let's start with the hard numbers. In just 2 years, Tyson Foods has closed more than a dozen U.S. meat processing plants, laying off over 5,000 workers nationwide. Yes, that means 5,000 people and counting have had their lives uprooted. For example, Perry, Iowa, a town of 300 Tyson pork plant workers woke up to an email: plant closed. Effective immediately. No warning, no plan. Analysts say this abrupt move could ripple into rising rural unemployment and community decline. Noel, Missouri, a chicken plant had anchored the local economy. Overnight, it vanished. 500 people lost jobs in a town of just 2,000. Experts warn it may lead to population shrinkage, business closures, and added social costs. Dexter, Missouri, another poultry facility employing 683 people in a town of 8,000 shut its doors. We lost people, income, hope, said the city administrator. With that logic, economists suggest a cascading collapse of local retail, real estate, and services. These aren't isolated incidents. They're part of a systematic retreat from rural America. Chart increasing, why now? Tariffs trigger the dominoes. So what triggered this cascade? Let's break it down. In 2025, tariffs hit 10% on all imports, 50% on steel, extra duties on food, farm equipment, and packaging from Europe, China, Mexico. These costs gouge businesses like Tyson, which rely heavily on steel for equipment, aluminum, packaging, feed, and transport. Instead of expanding domestically, Tyson chose to shut down underperforming plants, shift capacity to lower-cost areas, even overseas, and tighten the belt. There are opinions that this could kick off further consolidation in the industry, leaving small towns even more exposed. Puzzle piece: it's not just about jobs, it's towns falling apart. When a Tyson plant closes, trouble doesn't stop at the factory gates. Here's how the impact rolls out. Local businesses lose customers overnight: restaurants, hardware stores, car dealerships. Schools lose tax revenue. Programs get cut. Fees go up. Hiring freezes kick in. Grocery stores report massive drops in sales. Perry saw a 50% decline. Noel dropped 40%. Farmers get blindsided. Tyson canceled poultry and hog contracts without warning, leaving barns full of animals with no outlet. Experts say we're looking at domino effects. One closure starts a chain that touches housing, credit, healthcare, the whole social fabric. Glow showing Europe, Africa who gets hit hardest? Immigrant and refugee workers. In Perry, nearly 60% of the workforce came from Sudan, Eritrea, Central America. Now their incomes are gone. There's worry this could strain social services and increase inequality. Contract farmers, many responded to Tyson's push for more capacity. Now they are facing bankruptcy, foreclosures, destroyed flocks. A Missouri independent investigation in 2025 found dozens on the brink. Analysts fear this could accelerate rural debt cycles. School districts. Losing property tax revenue means cutting extracurricular activities, pay raises, even basic maintenance. Economists note this damages educational outcomes long-term. Local infrastructure, with road repairs, downtown revitalization, and public projects postponed or canceled, towns left in disrepair. Urban planners warn this isn't just short-term, it becomes structural damage. Dollar banknote: where is federal support in all this? You'd think government aid would cushion the blow, but the numbers say something different. CEO compensation. Donnie King, Tyson CEO, pulled in $12 million in 2024, a haul almost 300 times what the average Tyson worker makes. Corporate subsidies. Tyson secured over $250 million in USDA agriculture subsidies, plus $3 billion in government-backed aid, supply chain, disaster relief. Lobbying efforts. In 2025 alone, Tyson spent $2 million plus lobbying Washington to adjust OSHA, environmental rules, and get tariff relief. Critics argue this is corporate welfare without accountability. Layoffs continue while executive pockets grow and shareholders thrive. Counterclockwise arrows button trade policy real talk. Did tariffs backfire? Trump's vision, slap on tariffs, force production back home, bring jobs to the heartland. But the results flip the script. Costs spike for domestically based companies. Tyson and others respond by cutting jobs or shifting offshore. No new Tyson plant is opened in the U.S. since 2023. The only net result: higher prices, fewer jobs, and weak rural economies. A 2024 Federal Reserve study found the earlier rounds of tariffs cost the U.S. manufacturing sector 75,000 jobs between 2018 to 2020. And now in 2025, when Trump doubled down, studies suggest we're repeating the same cycle. Some observers say unless tariffs come with strategic vision, like local investment incentives, training, infrastructure, this pattern will only worsen. Hammer and wrench automation and optimization, or just abandonment? While tariffs triggered the cost crisis, Tyson had other plans too. They opened a manufacturing automation center in Springdale today to ramp up robotics and meat processing. In parallel, dozens of plants are getting closed. Some production shifts to newer, cheaper facilities, including overseas. U.S. plants in Texas, Pennsylvania, Kentucky are under review. There's a growing sentiment that systems optimization is just industry jargon for profit-driven abandonment. But it's also true that in a volatile trade environment, companies accelerate automation,